And we back. One of the most surprising teams in the NBA this season was the Atlanta Hawks. They started off the season 14-30 and ended up in the Eastern Conference Finals, just 2 games away from being in the actual NBA Finals. It's crazy because this team is a team that just started their rebuild like 3 to 4 years ago, and they've already got to this point. My job today is to get that rebuild complete. I don't really know how. See, sometimes I walk into these rebuild videos and I already know, okay, boom, for the 76er rebuild, I'm going to trade away Ben Simmons. For this rebuild, I'm going to do that. For the Atlanta Hawks rebuild, I don't really know exactly what my plan of action should be. Should I try to buy in and go get another star with Trae Young? Should I just allow a couple years to pass and let the young guys develop? I don't really know. We're going to be deciding on the fly. But what I need from you is to leave a like on the video, man. Subscribe if you are new. And let's get into the Atlanta Hawks rebuild. Okay, so y'all know what this roster looks like. You have Trae Young at the helm. He's an 89 overall at this point. You have Clint Capella, who had a very good season. John Collins, who's up for a contract. We have to decide how much we're going to pay John Collins, because obviously he's worth some money. We just don't know if he's worth. Is he worth a max? We will find out. We have Bogdanovich, who we got. DeAndre Hunter. I'm definitely in this video gonna mistakenly say DeAndre Ayton. I'm just letting you know that now because it's going to happen. And anytime Kenny makes a mistake and I call somebody the wrong name, the dyslexia comes in and I say the wrong letters or numbers, that's the whole comment section. Kenny said 73 instead of 37. It happens. All right. It's part of who I am at this point, and it'll never change. All right. So Gallinari was another solid pickup for them. He had a couple really solid games in the playoffs. I would guess that he is going to start to regress at the age of 33, but we shall see. Lou Williams is a guy who had a couple decent moments. I don't believe I'm bringing Lou Williams back. I think he might get paid somewhere else, so that's okay. And Yaka Okongwu, I have to really figure out this offseason because we have so many. Let me show you. Trae Young, 22. Bogdanovich, 29, but young in NBA years. Still got a lot left. Kevin Huerter, 23, legitimately saved this team in their playoff run, and I think that was the Game 7 against the Philadelphia 76ers where he turned all the way up. Shout out to Red Velvet. 22, 23 years old. 23, 27, 20, and 23. We have so many young pieces. All of these guys probably won't develop here in Atlanta. So I think I have to pick and choose which ones are the guys we want to stay around and which ones are the pieces to potentially make a trade. I think that's where I'm going with this, all right? I don't know if it's this offseason we try to make a trade. It probably makes the most sense because eventually we're going to have to pay Trae Young, and you probably want to build the best possible team around Trae before you have to pay him. And you have to pay DeAndre Hunter. Oh, no, you got the team option next year. And then, okay, so we're solid here. We're solid. Wait, does Trae Young have his team option too? No. All good. Big offseason. We have Nate McMillan. He is here to stay. We agree on that. I think he actually got an extension in real life, so that makes a lot of sense for him to stay around. He was I don't really care about that. He's one of the catalysts for us being amazing this season. We have the 20th overall pick. Interesting. Who is a player here that we might be able to package that pick with? Nobody. We don't need a single salary dump. Like, I will see what happens with Gallinari. He's making $20 million this year, $21 next year. Maybe he's a guy we trade next season, but I'm not attaching that pick. You know what? With the 20th overall pick, I think we're using. Let me just make sure we got a draft class in here that works. All right. And I just want to make sure the draft order is right because that just scared me. It said first overall pick, Orlando Magic. And we all know the Orlando Magic don't have the first overall pick. Okay, so everything looks right. Everything looks right. Okay, cool. So let's go into the draft, man. Let's go right into the draft and see who we can select the number 20. Maybe we get somebody that can come in a year or two and be productive. First overall pick is probably going to be Cade Cunningham, but it's not. And it's Evan Mobley. All right, let's add to the center pile and Detroit. It's okay for you. But hey, it is what it is. We'll see if officially later this month how the draft turns out, and I'm excited. I got some things that I've been working on with the draft that I can't wait for y'all to see, and you won't be able to see it until the day of the NBA draft. Cade Cunningham goes number 2. I'm already done with this. I'm gonna go straight to my pick. I'm not gonna watch the lottery in every single video. Okay, Davion Mitchell is here. Keon Johnson is here. Very interesting. You know what? I'm going to take Davion Mitchell. He was ranked like number 7th in the draft. Let me see. I guess they projected him to go number 22. But you can see he was 5th at his position, 2K board had him 8th overall, and NBA.com had him 8th overall, and Jeff Express had number 11. So we got a guy who fell in the draft that I think could come in and maybe not help immediately because we already have a really solid core at the guard position, but might be able to help a little bit. NBA draft over. How do we do? In the second round, I got Kai Jones at a 75 overall. Okay, I'm just making sure that this draft class ain't that crazy. And it's not. 80 overall is the highest guy. I think that's fine, I guess. So Chris Dunn declined his player option. I don't think that's going to happen in real life because Chris Dunn came off of an injury. So I would expect him and his agent to come together and be like, hey, you got to take that $5 million player option. But hey, if you don't want to take it in 2K, ain't going to make him take it. All right, John Collins, throw the qualifying offer at him. We're going to have to pay John Collins because, well, he is that nice. Lou Williams has no offers. Chris Dunn has no offers. Tony Snell has no offers. So all of our free agent guys have no offers. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. If we really wanted to, never. I would have to trade Gallinari to make something like that work. You know what? I'm okay with just keeping my guy John Collins around. All right, throw a team option in there. You know what? No, I'll throw him a player option so I can take some of the salary away. And he's coming back to Atlanta, as many people expected. Or he's going to try to sign something with the Heat. Why did he try to steal my guy John? Huh? We'll match that. 377 is more than I wanted to pay, but we're good. He deserves to be on this team for sure. Use that mid-level exception to pick up Goran Dragic. Hey, that's a good backup, man. We still got Davion Mitchell, who came in as 77 as well. So we're looking good. Trae Young jumps up 3. John Collins jumps up. Wow. DeAndre Hunter did not jump up, but Onyeka Okongwu did. Interesting. Onyeka Okongwu did. How many years? Not John Collins. Clint Capella has 2 years left on his deal. That's interesting to know. Gallinari is starting to regress. Kevin Huerter does not get better, other than like he gets better at shooting the ball, which he's already good at, but like overall wise, he does get better. That's something to take a look at. And we signed Goran Dragic for the mid-level exception for him to drop in overall, which makes sense because he's 35 years old. I don't know what I expected him to be, but I think in real life, Goran Dragic is the type of dude that'll still be solid. I'm going to send Onyeka Okongwu to potential camp because I'm thinking that Clint Capella, you can stay on this team for this year, of course. You can stay on this team for this year. And then the last year of his deal, he might be the trade piece we use to level up. You know, we didn't do much this offseason. Literally, we didn't do much at all. But of course, I still enjoy, and I think our team is still good enough to compete. Now, has that competed for a championship? Only time will tell. But we're 100% a playoff team. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I guess technically, we got to turn this off. I guess technically, we should be trying to compete for a championship. We're just in the conference finals. But I think it's okay to take your foot off the gas a little bit and see what's going on. As you can see, we the 4th seed. So, you know what I'm saying? Last time we were in this realm of 4 to 5 seed, we made it to the conference finals. Usually when I do these type of videos, I wear a shirt associated with the team, but I could not for the life of me find my Atlanta Hawks shirt. Y'all know I got one. I've worn it in videos before. I just can't find it. So until then, we got the classic. This just makes my decision better that he said he wants to test free agency and he wants $30 million once his contract is up. I can't do that. No way. Kevin Huerter wants $20 million. I can't do that. No way. So maybe Kevin Huerter and Clint Capella are the pieces we eventually trade. You know what? Who would I be? We're not even past the trade deadline. What type of GM would I be if I got to the trade deadline and I didn't look at my options? So, I see that Clint Capella wants to test free agency and he wants $30 million. I see Kevin Huerter say he was like to test free agency and he wants $20 million. I think I could potentially make some trades. Now, Atlanta Hawks fans, I understand you don't want to do this, and it makes 100%, it makes sense because you have a team that's growing together and young. But 2K ain't always about the realism, as you can see. So, you know, sometimes you got to do some relatively unrealistic things. So I'm looking around the league at rebuilding and selling teams and trying to figure out. Chris Middleton plays for the Spurs now. All right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he is the guy we go. Bradley Beal. So on the last year of his deal, he's got a player option, which I would guess he's going to decline, right? Let's see. Bradley Beal wants to hit free agency this offseason. Interesting. Interesting. Let me think these through, ladies and gentlemen. Paul George is on a selling team because Kawhi Leonard is gone and they suck. I don't hate that option. He's 31. He's having oh my God, he's having MVP 13 type season this year. I'm adding him to the list. I didn't expect to be buyers right now. I didn't expect it. But if there's teams out there that have pieces that we want, I'll indulge. You know, the big question is if I trade for Bradley Beal, who will be a free agent this offseason, right? Would he resign? You know, maybe he's cheaper to trade for because he is technically, I guess technically he's not on the last year of his deal because he's got the player option, but it don't look like he's cheaper. If I say boom, that's not going to be enough, especially when they already have Thomas Bryant, Hassan Whiteside, Daniel Gafford. Yeah, I don't think this trade is likely. But I will try it. That's still not enough. We need to make up $7 million still, and we don't really have that. That's what we found out. We don't really have that. I don't want to jump the gun. I'm going to keep it going. I'm going to keep it moving. This ain't the year. That's fine. I'm okay. The one thing I hope is that Bradley Beal takes his player option and then we trade for him. But I don't know. So second half of the season was a lot better than expected, and we became the 1 seed. How? I don't know. I was looking at Twitter. I was looking at Twitter when all of this happened. So 1 seeded Atlanta Hawks. I didn't even make a trade at the deadline. Luke Kennard wins Most Improved Player, which is great for them because they paid this man to be a hooper. As you can see from his contract, which is not in here. I could have sworn contract was a part of these things, but maybe not. Just know that they paid him. We ended with 54 wins as a team. That's amazing. Did we get Trae Young as an all-NBA player? Yes, we did. Trae Young is so great. 29 points per game, about 11 assists. We round up for him. 2.5 rebounds, which is cool. 50, 40, 90 club. Yes, sir. Very exclusive club, but it's 2K, so actually it's not that exclusive because so many players hit 50, 40, 90. Let's see. Did Luka hit it? No, Luka's not going to hit his free throws enough. Russell Westbrook won't hit his free throws enough, or I guess his threes enough. Somebody else here is 50, 40, 90. I knew it's always at least a couple players every season that's 50, 40, 90, and there was Jason Tatum, 50, 40, 90. You know, just 3 players joining the most exclusive group of all time. You know what? I wouldn't even be surprised if that's it. I'm going to check. Duncan Robinson didn't even classify for some reason. We saw Jason Tatum, right? 90 club. Kyrie Irving is another guy we saw. Damian Lillard, 50, 40, 90. He was 50, 40, 90 and didn't even make an All-NBA team. That just lets you know how crazy this is. Brandon Ingram. Oh, 50, 40, 89.8. Bradley Beal, 80. Oh, my God. 89%. So, just so many players always get super close. Chris Middleton, 50, 40, 90. So, yeah, it just happens all the time. Steph Curry, 50, 40, 90. Who else is this? Davis Bertans, almost 50, 40, 90. He didn't make the cut. Trae Young. All right. So, you remember at the trade deadline, I was like, oh, the Minnesota Timberwolves are selling. They're the 1 seed now. They're the one. Okay, I'm curious about what happened in the second half of the season. Maybe their record was good when I checked and I just wasn't paying attention. I don't know, but they are the 1 seed. A 3-way tie for the 1 seed, by the way. Oh my God. I mean, we're tied with the Brooklyn Nets. Okay, this should be a little fun playoff. We're going against New York. We know we beat them last year in the first round. Let's see if we can do the same thing. I don't want New York to get their revenge, and they don't. We go against Miami in the second round. All right. Miami, did they make any changes to their team? Tyler Hero, Miles Bridges on this. Can you imagine if I win a championship this season and I didn't even do anything? I feel like I wouldn't even want to end the video. I don't even want, if we win the championship, I don't want to end the video because I didn't do any GMing. Literally. I told y'all I was going to do trades next. Okay. Yes. I was rooting against my own team. Yep. I sure was. Because I want to be the reason we win and not just Trae Young being the GOAT. So another team here that was selling, Paul George's Clippers sneak into the playoffs, by the way. Literally just tied with the team that was just on the outside looking in. I wonder, 2K next year has to add the play-in game, right? In 2K22, they have to add a play-in. This is a situation where you have the play-in. You have 3 teams with the same exact record, and then 1 team that's, or I guess 2 teams that are just 1 game out, and then another team. Oh my God, the Eastern Conference was ridiculous. They were below 500 as a team. Below 500 as a team. And now they're in the championship. I'm rooting for you. Oh my God. They won it! I ain't even gotta fact check this. I'm just gonna say it's for show. The only below 5, Grant Williams had an amazing game 7. Grant Williams is the savior of Los Angeles, specifically the Clippers. Everybody looking at Kawhi Leonard. I don't even know what Kawhi Leonard signed, by the way. They looking at Kawhi Leonard like, man, we signed you for no reason. All we needed was Grant Williams. What the heck? The only team, he's in Chicago. And Chicago made the playoffs. We got eliminated in the first round. The only team to be under 500 to win a championship, that has to be the truth. I'm not going to fact check it, but it has to be the truth. There's no way around it. Now I can't even trade for Paul George no more because, first of all, Clint Capella wants to get traded. I'm done with Atlanta. I'll be moving to a new team. I'll be moving to a team after the season. No, you're moving to a new team right now, my boy. Right now. I just don't know how. We can't trade for Paul George because he just led a team to a championship as the sole 85 plus guy. How? Okay, so we're gonna go to the NBA draft. We have our pick this season. Hypothetically, if I did trade finder. No, this is fake. We already went through this. We don't have the 3rd overall pick. That's not actually our pick. This is OKC's pick. It's top whatever protected. And I'm a man of the people. I don't want to take OKC's pick when it's not ours. Even though I probably should have. You imagine Clint Capella, the 3rd overall pick, and Gallinari could give us a superstar. But let's say we have the 29th pick because we were really good. That could bring us Ben Simmons. That's not realistic because Clint Capella and Joel Embiid. So, trade finder, kind of not very good. I'll draft another center. I don't know. He was the best overall player available. The Rockets got a stud. So they got Cade Cunningham and Alton Hickson. Only other Hickson I can think of is JJ. And JJ Hickson had a cool little NBA career. All right, so this is going to be a weird offseason. Look how many players. Oh, my God. Look how many players. Okay, all right. We can do this. Trae Young. We're throwing a max to because it's Trae Young. Or close to a max, whatever that may be. Kevin Huerter might be a sign and trade. I'm going to do a fake sign and trade for Kevin Huerter because no way in heck is the word I want to say that I am paying him. This 2K is so broken. It's so broken. Basically what just happened was they just basically made it impossible for us to trade Kevin Huerter. Right? He's got a no trade clause now. Because 2K wants to be bad. That's amazing. Isn't that just exactly what we all wanted? This has been in the game for 3 seasons now or so. And I always do it accidentally because I just assume that 2K will be a good enough company to fix those type of things. Wrong. Rebuilding. That doesn't seem right. This is what I'm thinking. Redo a double sign and trade. But right, Kevin Huerter can't get traded. Oh my God, this is so stupid. I'll also give you in this trade, you can take Kai Jones off of our hands, and we still need to make up $7 million. So take Gallinari as well. Clint Capella, Kevin Huerter, Kai Jones, who is gonna be pretty good, man. He's only 21 years old, so that's a young piece. They're gonna say no to this trade. I can't. I have to take this off, bro. I have to take this off. There's no way I'm gonna allow Kevin Huerter to destroy my trade because of 2K. I was willing to sign this man. You know what? I'm gonna give him the original contract that we wanted to give him. It was about $20 million a year. I have to because 2K. This is a terrible face scan of him, by the way. It was like 18, 19, 20, and then 21. That's how we're gonna do it. I have no other choice. 2K is really playing us. 2K is preventing us from pulling off a blockbuster deal that can bring this team a championship. When was the last time Atlanta won a championship? Was Julius Erving on the team? Maybe. I don't know. So we're gonna give Kevin Huerter this contract money. There you go. Take off that no trade clause. 4 for 78. So we throw him in this trade. It was Clint Capella. It was Gallinari. it was Kevin Huerter, and it was Kai Jones. And they will throw you the Portland Trailblazer pick, and you have a deal. All right, so that just sends the Washington Wizards to their full rebuild. They already lost Russell Westbrook in free agency. I don't know where he's at, but, I mean, we could double check it. Oh, my God, where's Russell Westbrook? Oh, there he is. He is a free agent this offseason. Okay. So that sends the Washington Wizards on a full rebuild. They only got one more year of Clint Capella, and they might be able to flip him. Same thing with Gallinari. They bring a 24-year-old Kevin Huerter to be with 24-year-old Rui Hachimura, Denny Abdia. I mean, hey, it's a first step of a rebuild. You hear me? They had the 5th overall pick and the 15th overall pick, so they're working on it, man. They're definitely working on it, and so are we. You know, this allows our guy Onyeka Okongwu to become our full-time center, and I like that idea. But we need to get a center that's big, because 6'8" ain't big enough for some situations, you know. So get a big center and a backup power forward that I would like to stretch the floor. A big center. What are we thinking? Not a great class of free agents that could be big centers. That's kind of rough. Lucas Garza is here. That's kind of fun. There's a lot of good names on the free agency board that haven't got picked up yet. So, like, how is Shea unrestricted? Russell Westbrook unrestricted and basically no offers. You know, like, the Nets are back in full action. I don't know how they said that team is rebuilding. But I don't know. Is Shea gonna find a job? If he doesn't find a job, he went to the Suns. 4 years, 100 and man. Okay, all right. So here's our team now. Player progression did us nicely. We picked up Robert Covington and Dwayne Dedmon as that big body. We're bringing Ricky Rubio for a little veteranship off the bench. He might not even get no PT, but he's some insurance because we do have Davion Mitchell on the team. So, you know what I'm saying? I think we're in a very, very good spot. I need our low post defense to be a little bit better. Onyeka Okongwu's he's at a 99. Okay, that was a waste. It was a waste. But we have a small team. You know, we have a small team. Trae Young, Bradley Beal. They want to start Cam Reddish. I think I'm still going to start DeAndre Hunter and let Cam Reddish be one of the better 6 men in the league. And this is what the roster looks like. This is a championship team, man. You know, we were the number 1 seed before we picked up another superstar. All right, so we're at the deadline, or we're around the deadline, and we are basically the same place we were last year. We're like, you know, we were at the 4 seed at the deadline, and we worked our way to the 1 seed. So I'm not tripping about us being a 4 seed at all. But with it being close to the deadline, I think that we should do the same thing. We look for a team that is selling or rebuilding that we could potentially snag some pieces, you know, for our bench unit or whatever. And as of right now, what do we need? I don't even know. A better backup center. What is Dwayne Dedmon doing for us? Literally, oh my God. Get Dwayne Get Dwayne Dedmon out of my rotation, please. How are you a center and you're shooting 30%? Yep. All right, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a better backup center on the market. Bobby Portis is making a ton of money. Wow, I cannot believe that man came to my team and shot 30% as a center and thought he was gonna keep his job. Like stop it. We need to make about $5 million. That's where we get kind of rough here because we actually don't have that. So the center that we trade for has to be like a center making like $3 million. Like, it has to be a center making about $3 million. Jonas Valanciunas is making $1.7 million. Oh, we have to hop on top of that. We have no choice. I'll give you our unprotected pick this year. They won't Kevin. They won't Cam Reddish. You're crazy. But instead, I'll give you all of the seconds. You know what? Instead of all the seconds, I will give you a lightly protected top 5 pick for the future, and now a second, and another. All right, woo! 1 year rental. We gave up 1 first-round pick and a bunch of seconds, and Jonas Valanciunas is now the backup center on the team. What is he? I didn't even look at what he's averaged. He's at about 15 and 13-ish. He was starting, and now he's not. And you know what? We might be better off with him starting because he is bigger. You know, we might need that size in that starting unit, and that might be one of the reasons why we low-key kind of struggling out here. So, all right, a big trade deadline deal for us, man. Big trade deadline deal for us. and hopefully that could propel us. Back into one of the top teams. Exactly what I said happened. The second half of the season, that's when Atlanta turns around. It happened in real life this year, the second half of the season. Ben Simmons is now 6 man, by the way. Second half of the season, we turned it around. Same thing. And most improved player is the rookie. Nope, this is not a rookie. This is a undrafted player. Undrafted player was up to an 87. And I'm Googling it, because the name looked very familiar. And it's because he played at Auburn. So this is a real guy. That went undrafted, but hey, blossomed into an 87 overall, I guess. Second half of the season, we not only were really good, we dominated. We absolutely dominated. Trae Young, look at the statistics. Kind of down, only because he had first of all, what the heck? It was down because we have so many options now. It's not just the Trae Young show anymore, ladies and gentlemen. We have a 24.5 point per game scoring Bradley Beal, 17 for John Collins, and Yeka Kongu and Jonas Valanciunas gave us 13. So, we oh my God, why do we sign Robert Covington? The idea of Robert Covington is way better than the actual having Robert Covington. All right, let this be the championship year. LaMelo Ball, Colin Sexton, and Bobby Portis. All right, and that is a sweep. They were really ready for us. The Miami Heat, I think we beat this team last year, so we kind of know what they're about, and we're better this year than we were last year, so there's a sweep. And we're going against it's the 17th though. But look, they've went to 7 games against every single team so far, except for us, because we're giving them the clean old sweep. They got Juancho Hernan-Gomez starting at the small forward position. We ain't worried about him. You know what I'm saying? We ain't worried about that. Oh, we worried about Kevin though, and Kyrie, and James. But maybe we shouldn't be. 2-0 us. Okay. We knew we weren't going to sweep them. Come on, they got too much talent to get swept. But they can lose in 5. And we're going against the 1 seed Denver Nuggets, who went to a game 7 against Chris Middleton and Thaddeus Youngs. Quentin Grimes is here. Shout out to Quentin Grimes. Yeah, they went to a game 7 with the 7 seeds, and we went to a game 5 with the 7 seeds. So 7 seeds coming up, but they ain't messing with us, the 1 seed. And we are who's playing shooting guard? When did that become a thing? Is that real? Are you serious? We just got 6'10" Michael Porter Jr. starting at the 2. Oh, Keontae Johnson. This is the guy that had the thing happen to him on the court. Whoever draft class this was is kind of buns. I ain't even gonna lie to you. They got too many players that's elite in just the second year. All right, 1-1 series. They beat us in game 1, but that's fine. Game 3 is ours. 40 piece for Bradley Beal. We up 3-1. Bradley Beal again, letting us know that he was a very good investment, giving up everything to get him. But just like, I don't even think we gave up everything. I think what did we give up? 2 first-round picks and 1 young player, 2 young players. And they got us a championship, and Bradley Beal here to stay for the next 3. Trae Young gonna be here. John Collins is here for a little bit. We won a championship. That's all that matters. So my message to Travis Slank: if you want to win the championship, trade for Bradley Beal. It's that simple. It won't even take that much. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll be back tomorrow. Peace.